open to any of them, wherever I can get on. I'm playing a few, and I'm going to Arizona for Thanksgiving. I'm playing a few there, so that'll be fun with my family. Haven't been on vacation since the season ended, so that'll be a nice little break for me.
Caitlin Clark, the world's sweetheart and basketball's rising superstar, had a unique Thanksgiving weekend that went beyond her record-breaking performances and captivating on-court presence. Thanksgiving was a unique opportunity to take a break and cherish the most important family moments. Her holiday was defined by unforgettable memories that even her strongest admirers would not have anticipated.
I feel like basketball has really consumed my life for a year, so I feel like it'll be good for me to kind of reflect back on everything that's happened. Like, I feel like taking some time to myself and really enjoying that and reflecting back.
Starting with a touching journey with her closest loved ones and ending with a courtside appearance that astounded even Stephen Curry's family. As Caitlin shares her incredible Thanksgiving weekend, let's take a look back at the moments that made this past weekend a turning point in her story. These moments remind us why Caitlin is more than just an athlete. She is a symbol of connection, passion, and humanity. However, what made this Thanksgiving weekend so memorable, and how did Caitlin's journey reflect the values and bonds that have guided her extraordinary rise?
Now, in case you don't know, her boyfriend, Connor McCaffrey, is a coach for Butler, the basketball team in the NCAA. And, of course, as you can imagine, her and her parents were there supporting McCaffrey.
Caitlin Clark and her family exchanged the comforts of a regular Thanksgiving celebration at home for an incredible journey to Tempe, Arizona, which took them more than 1,600 miles. The Clarks found themselves courtside, surrounded by the commotion of college basketball fans and the tense excitement of a close game for Caitlin. This was a different kind of Thanksgiving feast, a celebration of effort, teamwork, and the people who matter most. Caitlin's family packed their bags and their holiday spirit to support her boyfriend Connor McFarley, an assistant coach for Butler University's basketball team.
His final year at Butler, there's Connor on the bench. Of course, Connor's girlfriend Caitlin Clark also in attendance with her family. Fran has a couple days off before Iowa plays Northwestern.
Caitlin's parents, Brent and Ann, as well as her brothers, Blake and Colin, who are known for their close-knit family dynamic, joined her in the stands. The Clarks didn't just show up. They also shared videos of their uncontrollable excitement during Butler's narrow victory over Northwestern, which went viral right away. Fans were mesmerized by the genuine joy on their faces as they watched Connor's team win a close game.
In attendance to watch his sons, and there is Caitlin Clark.
Despite Caitlin's rapid rise in the WNBA, the trip was more than simply basketball. It was an opportunity for her to reconnect with her roots. Caitlin stays rooted in her family's principles. This trip demonstrated the extent to which she and her family, which includes her partner, travel to help one another, giving the holidays significance even in the absence of customs. Connor's pictures from the game showed the Clark family standing together in support, all dressed in team colors. Their embraces, cheers, and smiles conveyed a tale of love and unity and served as a potent reminder of how strong their relationship is.
Caitlin Clark is nearly always in the spotlight, but more of late because of her appearances at Butler Bulldog games because of her boyfriend, Connor McCaffrey.
For Caitlin, it was an opportunity to take a break from the limelight and be there for someone else's moment, not just a game. This journey was about being thankful for relationships that make life worth celebrating as well as accomplishments. However, Caitlin's weekend was more than just college basketball. As the days went by, she found herself courtside for a game that would garner even more attention. Connor has always been there for Caitlin's greatest moments, and it was her time to show her love.
3.5 million people watched this clip of Caitlin Clark standing and clapping. That's it. Seriously.
In attendance to watch his sons, and there is Caitlin Clark. That's where Butler's got to have it. Brooks lofts it up, and Screen powers it home. Timeout, Chris Jans.
Andre Screen with the flush. But it's
Caitlin Clark's courtside presence at the Suns vs. Warriors game in Phoenix demonstrated that her Thanksgiving journey could not get much more thrilling.
you want to do right now? Do you want to give that away? Yeah. Go ahead and give it away to whoever you want. Stand up, make some noise.
Sat alongside her brothers, Colin and Blake, Caitlin was more than just a spectator. She was a captivating presence that attracted attention even in a star-studded arena. As the Suns played the Golden State Warriors, the atmosphere at the Footprint Center was electric, but Caitlin's appearance became a focal point in and of itself, even among basketball royalty. At one point during the game, Steph Curry's sister, Saddle Curry Lee, posted a touching photo to Instagram of her son Daxon, who was seen gazing in wonder at Caitlin, whom Saddle called one of his favorites. Caitlin's ability to captivate admirers of all ages was praised when the post went viral. The evening's charm armor continued beyond that. Fans in attendance were delighted by Caitlin and her brother's signature Clark family dynamic courtside moments, and social media users on the internet made fun of the siblings sitting in chronological order of age, with Caitlin sandwiched between Blake and Colin. Pictures and videos showed their laughter and sibling banter, giving Caitlin's superhero persona a more relatable touch. This was more than just a fun night out. It was an opportunity to highlight the wider reach of women's basketball, shattering stereotypes and demonstrating that WNBA players can compete in any sports arena. Phoenix fans marveled at her charisma, praising how seamlessly she merged into the NBA scene while maintaining her distinct spotlight. She wasn't just a WNBA star having fun. She was also an ambassador for the sport, encouraging young players and demonstrating that basketball is a universal language. If you made it this far and are enjoying the video, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We understand that watching this video takes up some of your time, and we appreciate it. However, Caitlin's Thanksgiving story was far from over. The following day, a new adventure awaited, featuring a golf course and a turkey with an unexpected name. As the Thanksgiving weekend went on, Caitlin Clark, who is renowned for her accuracy on the basketball court, traded the court for the golf course. She demonstrated yet another aspect of her athletic versatility by bringing the same level of focus and skill to the golf course. Taking part in a friendly game during her break, she dazzled spectators and even received compliments from more seasoned players for her swing. Fans were astounded that the same player who could make a three-pointer from beyond the arc could also make a flawless drive on the fairway. Caitlin had previously taken the course. Over the years, she has talked about how playing golf helps her relax and improve her mental focus, making it one of her favorite off-season activities. This Thanksgiving outing was no exception, as Caitlin used the slower tempo of the greens to think back on the hectic year she had spent in the WNBA. For a star who is constantly on the go, this was a much-needed break.
Honestly, whenever I have time, I love to play golf. It's just when the time, opens up and I can travel and go play places. I love being outside and playing new places.
However, back in Iowa, Caitlin's name was making headlines in a more surprising way. When Governor Kim Reynolds announced the honorary names of the two turkeys, Caitlin and Clark, the state's Thanksgiving tradition of pardoning turkeys took a humorous turn. The playful nod to Iowa's favorite basketball player sparked laughter and a flurry of social media posts from fans to local reporters. Everyone seemed to enjoy the tribute. "Even our turkeys aim for greatness," joked one Twitter user, encapsulating the humorous tone of the moment.
A tradition took place this morning at Terrace Hill. The governor pardoned two turkeys from the Thanksgiving table. Their names, Caitlin and Clark, now get to live out the rest of their lives on a non-commercial farm in Iowa.
The turkey pardon was more than just a lighthearted moment. It was a testament to how deeply Caitlin is a part of Iowan culture. The state has honored her accomplishments not only for her athletic prowess, but also for embodying their values of humility, perseverance, and community, from the courts to the greens to state traditions. The weekend was turning out to be the ideal balance of lighthearted fun, personal connections, and moments of reflection, but the most poignant part of Caitlin's vacation was still to come. A reminder of the family ties that served as the cornerstone of her success. Caitlin's influence is still felt in every part of life in Iowa.
Shoutouts to Caitlin and Clark, the turkeys. They have been pardoned. The governor of Iowa made that announcement. Kim Reynolds posted this on her X account this morning. I pardoned Caitlin and Clark from Golden Prairie Turkeys in Manson.
Caitlin Clark's family is a tribute to the fact that every great athlete has a foundation of love, support, and shared sacrifices. Her parents, Brent and Anne, as well as her brothers, Blake and Colin, have always been the cornerstones of her success on and off the court.
Just to, step back and just remember how grateful we are to live in this amazing country, how grateful we are for the freedoms that we get to enjoy every single day, to really enjoy being with family, and to just step back and be grateful for the many opportunities.
Brent, Caitlin's father, was instrumental in her growth as an athlete. A former collegiate baseball and basketball player, he not only encouraged Caitlin's love of sports, but also helped her develop her skills from a young age. He installed a three-point line in their driveway, which became a sacred training area where Caitlin could practice long-range shots that would later define her playing style. He frequently recalled times when Caitlin was younger and would stay outside until dusk, honing her shot in any weather, exemplifying the discipline that would later define her career.
When Clark was growing up in Iowa, already running circles around the boys, her dad took her to see a WNBA game in Minnesota. She returned home hell-bent on adding distance to her jump shot.
Caitlin's mother, who was renowned for her soothing presence and emotional fortitude, provided a distinct kind of support. Whether it was assisting Caitlin in coping with the demands of celebrity or planning family get-togethers during her infrequent off-court moments, and has been a pillar in the stands supporting Caitlin throughout her career. She is the one who keeps the family grounded and ensures that despite Caitlin's quick ascent, the Clarks remain rooted in their principles and to one another. Her unwavering influence has been invaluable.
Kind of slanted. Our driveway was slanted, so I only had a three-point line on one side of the driveway, so I told my dad he had to tear up all this grass, and he did.
Another layer of inspiration and camaraderie came from Caitlin's brothers, Blake and Colin. Blake, the oldest, was an Iowa State football player who brought his own competitive edge to the family dynamic. His accomplishments inspired Caitlin to strive higher and created a sibling rivalry that inspired her on the court. The youngest of the three brothers, Colin, has a fun and protective relationship with Caitlin and is frequently spotted at her side during sports and public appearances. A connection based on respect and joy is highlighted by courtside laughter, jokes, and cheering.
Always a big deal. My dad always had them on, whether we were in the basement, whether we were upstairs. A lot of times my family would be cooking. My mom is the best chef of all time. So she would oftentimes make really good food while we were watching.
When Caitlin's name was announced as the first overall pick on WNBA draft day, it was one of the most poignant moments of her career. Caitlin's first instinct was to embrace her family, which served as a potent reminder that no matter how far she rises, her roots will always be securely rooted in their love. Whether it was going to Arizona to support Connor McFarley, supporting the Butler Bulldogs as a family, or exchanging inside jokes, Thanksgiving weekend added another chapter to their tale. Courtside, the Clarks showed that family always comes first. These weren't just holiday celebrations. Rather, they were a celebration of their unwavering bond. For Caitlin, these moments are about more than just showing gratitude. They're about paying tribute to the individuals who have influenced her as her career continues to soar to new heights. Her legacy is still based on the principles her family taught her. Caitlin Clark's Thanksgiving holiday was a reflection of her development, as well as a celebration of family and custom. The ability of Caitlin to inspire the next generation of young athletes is at the core of her influence. Lucy Olson, who currently plays basketball for Iowa, has publicly expressed how Caitlin's journey inspired them to pursue basketball at a higher level. "She made us believe it was possible," Olson said, echoing the sentiment of innumerable young athletes who view Caitlin not only as a star but also as a role model who broke barriers. Numerous child leagues in Iowa have noted notable rises in female involvement, which is evidence of the appeal and optimism Caitlin has given to the game.
I actually grew up playing with the boys. That's all I knew until I was in about 4th grade. So I give that a lot of credit for the person I am today, but also the player kind of pushed me and made me maybe a little too feisty if you've ever watched me. My 2 brothers aren't here today, but they've picked on me. Like I said earlier, they picked on me more than anybody, and I kind of held my own, gave them a few concussions and staples in the head. So sorry, Mom, about that.
Through the Caitlin Clark Foundation, Caitlin has improved children's access to education, nutrition, and sports opportunities, demonstrating her impact beyond the basketball court. Her community clinics and off-season youth basketball camps have attracted hundreds of participants, giving young athletes the opportunity to receive one-on-one instruction from one of the top players in the sport. As Caitlin relates tales of tenacity and resolve, parents frequently comment on the wonder in their kids' eyes. She is more than simply a basketball player. She is a beacon of hope for a sport that is gaining popularity one fan at a time. One instance of Steph Curry's influence beyond conventional limits as Caitlin's career progresses is when her nephew was spotted gazing at her with admiration. Since Caitlin Clark's brilliance isn't just about the points she scores, but also about the lives she touches, the emphasis is still on building a legacy that endures beyond her playing days. As Thanksgiving weekend shown, her influence is only increasing, paving the path for future generations to follow in her footsteps. Thanksgiving weekend for Caitlin Clark was more than simply a holiday. It was a celebration of her morals, character, and the amazing legacy she is creating. This weekend served as yet another reminder that Caitlin's greatest accomplishments aren't measured in points or records, but rather in the lives she touches. As Caitlin looks to the next chapter of her career,
she's a big star and everybody turning out for her in record numbers, but to spend time like this, I think, is very special.
Her focus remains on growth, not just for herself, but also for the sport she loves and the people she inspires. Caitlin's rise to fame has always been rooted in the strength of her family and the values they instilled in her. Her parents, Brent and her brothers, Blake and Colin, and her hometown community have all contributed to shaping the humility, perseverance, and passion that make her a star on and off the court. We are grateful for you, Caitlin Clark. Although Thanksgiving is past, your narrative is far from ended. It is a journey of appreciation, legacy, and limitless possibilities. CC22, do you agree? If so, please let us know in the comments, subscribe, and enable all notifications so you don't miss anything. We'll see you in the next one after you click the video on the screen.
And it's important because it's drawing the women's basketball game even closer. You have little kids that are looking up to you, boys and girls, and you taking the moment just to recognize them, it puts them in a special place. That's a moment they'll remember forever.